90s. You can check now. I think it's back. The same link. Dutchman. The same link. Yeah, good. We are back. I don't know what was happening. So let's continue. So we want to continue buying this market, and we've seen this break of market structure here. Okay, we've seen that BOS, and also the market has taken out this low. So that tells you that that is a very strong what? That is a very strong low. Okay, I hope you are following. So we continue to see. So me, I was expecting, honestly, and having followed, because I've been following gold very swiftly. I've been following gold. So I expected that this market will come to this order block here. Okay. So what I did, the sell I sent on the group, the sell I sent on that group, this is where I got the sell. So let's play it a bit. And see what happened. So you see, I saw this break here. You can see this is a change of character. Okay. So I expected that when the market comes to this area here, which is a rejection block or whatever you'd want to call it, that we will be able to sell until we get to okay, no, not a buy. I was looking for this sell here, and my TP was actually where we have the BOS. Okay, that was where my TP was. I can't remember because I joined this in 1 minute, so maybe it was even this thing here. Let me go to 1 minute. I don't know whether it will accept. No, I think it was actually 3 minutes. Okay, let's see. Because you see, there was that change of character, and then there is this rejection block here. Let's see. Okay, look at this, and then this market took out this high, which was a BOS, by the way. Okay, this was a very good break of market structure, and then in 3 minutes, also you will see this also in the 1 minute time frame, there was this another change of character here. So that tells you that the market was willing to sell. Okay, and I believe this is what I sent on that group, because this is where I took my sell, and I was targeting the BOS. What happened now? I was targeting where we have that BOS. That is where I thought that the market will reverse from. Okay, so let's see what happened. So you see, the market did not tap where I had my, okay, let's see. So the market did not tap where I had my what? No, actually, this is not the one I took. It was this one. After the market did this, and it took out this one, okay, that is liquidity swept. We took a trade using this one. I remember it now. And my target was where we had this BOS here. Okay, but the market never came to my TP, and I was not around my computer, so I was not able to follow. So it came, almost hit TP, reversed on me, and finally around, because this price action took a lot of time. Let me show you. This was Friday at 4, and it took me out almost 11 p.m. Let me see. Yeah, around that area there. So the market came to, remember we had the FVG here. We had this FVG. So it just tapped. This is yesterday now. Which setup is this in your trading view? This is, I'm using what? I'm using Go Charting. This is Go Charting. Yeah, this is Go Charting. Now you see the market just tapped on this. Remember we had marked this FVG at breaker block. So the market just tapped that, and what I was waiting is the market to give me a chart. Okay, yeah, it's a back testing website, and it's free. Yeah, it's free. You can pay. There's an option to pay, but I'm using the free version. So we are trying to look for an entry here. Okay, we are trying to look for a long entry. This is the 3 minutes time frame. We started from the 4 hours. We started from the 4 hours. Okay. And also YouTube people, I hope you are following. I hope the live is back now. I believe so. Okay, so let's see. So what we want to see in this is the market to make a change of character, and then we continue to buy. So the market created this low. I want you to follow by the way how I do my trades. Created low, created a high. Okay, so we expect this market to create another low. Okay, make sure you are following me. Let's see. So instead of creating a low, what the market did was to, let me remove this so that we have a clear chart. What the market did was to sweep liquidity here. Market swept that liquidity, and it broke structure. Can you see that? Or it created a lower time frame change of character. So by the way, this was the time I was not in the computer, or I was not around my computer, so I didn't see this. But for me, what I would want is for this market to take out this high, because this is the high that came and created this low. Okay, this high here. If you remove the wicks, you will see that there was a BOS here. Okay, so if the market takes out this high, I'll continue looking for buys. So this is the classic now SMC. Let's see. And you see it closed above it. It closed above it. So what I want to see here is this. I will use the Fibonacci fib from bottom to top like that, so that I can see my golden area. And all this is my, okay, this is my golden area, by the way, 0.62 to 0.79. So if you want to see the settings for this fib, let me give you 2 seconds to see the settings. It's very easy, just these ones, very easy, and you can see the fib retracement on your trading view. Okay, on your trading view. So what do? I am expecting that, okay, anywhere from where we have the 0.5, the market can reverse from there, but this is usually what we call the golden zone. Okay, this is what we call the golden zone. That zone there, that fib zone there, that is the golden zone. So we want to see, we wait for the market to come to that area. When we see a rejection, then we can look for buys and target the previous high. Let's see what happened. Look at that clarity. Look at that. The market just tapped into a golden zone and there was a rejection. So those who trade CRT, this is a perfect TBS. Me, I don't know about TBS and those things, but at least I follow them. I usually follow those things. So the market came, it tapped, and we've seen a lot of rejection from there. If you use the line chart, we have what we call the QML here. Okay, so all this area is our QML. So I hope everyone knows what a QML is. Some people call it head and shoulder. Some people call it head and shoulder, but I call it QML. So that means that is a golden area to do what? To enter longs, because the market has already decided that it is buying. Okay, so you'll do your limit order there. You don't have to take this all the way. You can do just below this whatever, and then where are you targeting? This is why it's good to understand buyers. So for me, this would be my, okay, I know that it is going to buy, but this would be a safe target for me, because if you look at this, we have what we call equal highs. You see this one? We have those equal highs that we know that even if the market wants to reverse, it has to take out those equal highs first. I hope you have gotten my analysis well. Are we together, my people on TikTok? Have you gotten those analysis step by step? Thank you. I see people following on YouTube, on Facebook. So that tells me that I am not alone, which is a good thing. Okay. So let us replay this and try to see what happened. Also, I hope you can see that this low took out all this liquidity here. The safest place to do your stop loss is just below this, but as for me, once I see a confirmation like that, I can risk now. I can risk. But this is gold, and I want us to follow it until where it is currently, so that we can try and see what will be our entry on Monday. So let's play this out. We've been tapped in sniperly. Allow me to use that word. Can you see that sniper entry there? I hope you can see it from there. That was a crazy sniper entry. Okay, and as you can see, the market had no reason to come here. That is why I can't put my stop loss here. So I just put it just because this week can be taken out, it can be retested. So that is why I did my my stop loss there, and this is a 1 is to 7.5. So let's see whether it worked. And by the way, we can also look for re-entries. And one thing I've discovered, and I want to advise you, is you see, once you get a good setup, you don't have to take 10 setups a day. What you do is continue following that setup, and you can continue adding some orders. So for example, for this, I would want to see if the market reacts from this place or from the FVG, and I will add into that position. So let's see. Look at that. People will call you a witch. Look at that precision. So this is where I could have added another position using this one. So this was retested and it worked. Okay, so this would have been a good area to add a position, and I would target a 1 is to 3 like that. So 1 is to 3 are plus 1 is to 7. It tells you that we are moving on swiftly. Let's see. Look at that crazy setup there. And that is how we smashed our TP. Do we have anyone who has a question? Have you seen how we followed that from the higher time frame to the lower time frame? And I'm actually using 3 minutes to trade, but we got this 3 minutes, but we started with the 4 hours. So this is how you could have gotten a clean 1 is to 10, and this is within how long? This was 3 p.m. TP was hit at 6 p.m. So if you risk 100, this is how you could have gotten $1,000. 1,000 clean dollars. So we want to continue following this market. Now, if you look at this, let me remove this, let me remove that. So look at this. I want you to look at this. The market took out, this was a strong high. Okay, this was a very strong high because it took out that liquidity and broke structure here. Okay, so if the market takes out that high, it tells you that we will continue to look for bullish movements. And as you can see, the market has taken out that high. The market has taken out that high. So what do? We try to look at an area of interest. An area of interest to continue buying the market. Now, I want us to use order flow in this. We use order flow. By there, I hope you can hear me well. I hope I'm audible enough. I don't want to leave anyone behind. I want to make sure everyone is... Nimehang. The thing is not moving. You cannot see my cursor. Bwana Terminator. Oh, iko sawa. Perfect. So, I want us to use order flow. We are still in 3 minutes. And the reason we are doing this is because we have the higher time frame bias. Okay? We have the higher time frame bias. So, there's nothing to worry about. So, let's try to follow this market. This was the previous low. Okay? This low created a high, then a low, then a high, then a low, then this high here, okay, then this low, then this high. So this tells me something that this would be the area that we are working with from this low to this high. Okay. All right. On this, I'm just using normal order flow. I've taught order flow before. So in the 3 minutes time frame, this is what we are working with, or we are working on. Scalp. Yes, scalpers, this is the time. This is the time for you, by the way. And nowadays, I think scalping is even working for me better than holding trades for too long. Scalping is working for me. Scalping is working for me. So let's continue. So we've said that this high and this low. Okay, allow me to remove. It's okay. I want us to have a clean chart because of those that are joining now, so that they will not be. Yeah. So this high and this low and this high. So let me remove this. Remove that. So we come here and mark our golden zone. I hope you remember. We mark our golden zone 0.79 to 0.62. That is our golden zone. So we expect that if the market comes back to this area, we can continue looking for buys. If you are here, please, and you have not followed me, kindly hit that follow button, like this video, and make sure you share it. Those of us that are following on YouTube, I can see a lot of us on YouTube, and those that are following on Facebook, make sure you follow me so that I continue giving you this free valuable information. Junior on Facebook is asking me, does this also work on NASDAQ? Yes, it works on any pair. On any pair whatsoever. Any pair. So we don't enter the market yet. We need to see whether there will be a reaction here before we continue moving upward. Also remember that anything below 0.5, you see where 0.5 is, or I make them white. Let's see. Yeah, you see, anything below 0.5 means that the market can reverse. Okay. Okay, number two, terminator I see you. As for my strategy, I only wait for the market around between 0.62 and 0.79. I don't trust 0.5 because most of the times, and I want you to go and back test this, most of the times what is at 0.5 is a breaker block. Okay, you see that breaker block, and any thing that happens from the breaker block will be inducement, no matter how crazy that move will be. It is an inducement and it will be taken out. Okay, so let's see whether it comes to our area. So the market did not come to. Okay, now this is very important. If you look at this from this low to this high, and okay, I think I see where we made a mistake. Let's redo this. Let's redo this order flow. I've seen where we've made that mistake. So let me just start here. Please follow me so that you understand what we are doing. So you see this low created this high. This is the high we omitted. Then this high created this low. This low created this high. This high created this low. Okay, so that means this tells me that we should be looking at the market from this low, not this one. I hope you've not been confused. You get it, eh? This low created this high. This high created this low. This low is the one that is creating a high now. So we need to wait until the market is done creating the high so that we can wait for a pullback. Let's see. And now you can see that the market has created this high here, and now from this to here. So this market did not come to our area because it has continued buying from the premium price, not from the discounted price. This tells you something, because I see two things. Number one, this is the last place we had a valid FVG at order block. Maybe that is why the market did not come here. But as for me, I would honestly give up this move. I would honestly give it up because you have to follow your rules as you trade. So I still expect, whether now or in future, that when the market comes to this area, that area there, I can continue taking the market up. But let's see what happened. So the market continued to buy. Now you see why it is important to follow your rules. It is very important. It is very important. In all honesty, I feel like this thing will be inducement. But anyway, let's see. So this is another way you can follow the market. Okay, you see it has broken, or it has swept that liquidity. That's liquidity that has been swept. So what do you expect? If the market closes above this, we will not we will now not wait for the market to come here. We can continue to buy the market. Okay, let's see. And you see the market has closed above that. So what do? As usual, take your fib and mark your area, and this is your golden area. And by the way, every time you mark a golden area, you must see a conference there. Like for example, here we can see we have an order block, we have this order block, and we have this FVG. Okay, we have an order block and an FVG. Just want our chart to be clean. So what do we expect? We expect that the market will come here and create something like that, like that, and then we can move with it. We can move with it. And okay, most of the times, for example, right now we know that the market is buying. Yes, it's from this current low, this low to that high. Yeah, and for me, there are people who take this current, this one from here to here, but no, because if you follow the price action, this is one move here. You see, from here to here, this is one move. That is one move. It's only that it has some bumps, but it's the same move. So okay, how comes this thing? All right, so we wait to see whether we'll get a reaction from here. If the market closes below this, we know that this is another area of interest, which I highly doubt. Let's see what happened. So you see, I think this was 0.62. I think this was 0.62, but you see we were not tapped. We were not tapped, but let's see what happened. And that is where we currently are in the market. That is where we are currently. Now I have followed gold for some time now, and this is what I know, because you see it left some very small FVG here, and this is what will make a lot of people become liquidity next week. You see that small FVG? I've followed gold very clearly and very thoughtfully. It is rarely leaving any FVGs, especially in the lower time frame. So, but of course, it has been confirmed that we are buying. On Monday, I don't know how it will do it. Maybe it will just jump and move. But ours is to wait and see what will happen. But at least we have followed that price action from the 4 hours. Okay, we followed it from the 4 hours until where we currently are now. So that tells you that if we were trading this, of course we could have gotten this 1:10. And what I usually do with a market like this, okay, in this scenario, I will take my buy from where I have the 50% of FVG. So this could have been something. By the way, I took this trade yesterday at around 10 p.m. and it helped me get some of the recover some of the losses I had gotten earlier. And so I'm expecting, of course, gold, it will jump maybe to around 50-40 or 50-50 and then retrace. If there will be a retracement, my thinking is that it will, okay, let me see whether we have anything in the 1 hour. Yeah, you see we have this small FVG here. It was not filled 100%. We have that one. Remember, we had an unmitigated order block here, and we have this one now that is unmitigated. So that tells you that we will have an interesting week next week. But if we follow this price, if we follow it carefully, you will see that there is a possibility of making some good money next week. Possibility is very high. Very high possibility. So yeah, unless we have a question, I think we can move to another pair. We can move to another pair. 6,000. Yeah, we can get ourselves at 6,000. It's possible. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. So let's go to silver, and I'll show you how I got a setup at night. Let's look at silver. Yeah, I'm expecting it will return. I don't know when, but I'm expecting it will. It made me like maybe it can return on Friday or wherever. Silver is always bullish, but I got a bearish plan. So as always, let's start with the 4 hours. We look at the price action and then we go to the lower time frame. Lower time frame. So we start from here. I think starting from here is wise. So we had this low that created a high, then we had a low that created a high, we had a low that created a high, we had a low that created this high, we had this low, and this is the low that is making the market move. So what I want us to do is to start with this price action here, and then as usual you can do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes depending on your preference. But the reason I like 3 minutes is because I can get a move like this within 2 hours and I'm done for the day. So we trade differently and we see things differently. All right. Okay. Now we've seen that the market is bullish. Now I want you to see this, that the market has taken that liquidity. It has taken the sell side liquidity. Where do you have the buy side liquidity? To lose there. So that becomes our target for the buy. Okay. Yeah. And it has also changed character here. That's a change of character. So as usual, by the way, trading should be this bowling. You know what you are looking for. If it's not this boring, then you are doing something wrong. Now look at that. That is our golden area, and it also matches with where we have our QML. Okay, that is where we have the QML. So that is a good conference, by the way. That's a good conference. That is a very good conference. Let me see whether my friends from, I don't want to desert them. Okay. All right, so we continue. So this is our golden area. Okay, this is our golden area. Don't worry, the chart is a bit messy, so let me remove some of these things. So what do we expect? Okay, there is two ways you can do this. You can take a buy limit order, and then you do your what is this now, stop loss around that area, and then you target. But as for me, let me wait to see whether there will be a reaction before I get in. So the market decided to poof, move without us. So that is how it took out all the liquidity above. But it's a good sign, because now it shows us that we are still bullish. So you need to now come and mark this FVG here. That FVG. So what this tells me is that if the market comes here and creates a change of character, we can continue to buy. But silver is always very crazy in buys. But let's see whether it will come to our area. So I still, in 3 minutes, I've not still yet gotten any good entry. But now this is there seems to be something here. Now you see the market has taken all the buy side liquidity. Okay, where do we have the sell side liquidity? Okay, one is this one, which has already been taken. But what I'll do with a market like this, because it has changed character, and I have this order block here, it has been mitigated but not as much. So I would want to see if the market will come here and confirm the trade, okay, or if it will come break, and then we can continue buying. Okay, bots, I don't use bots. I'm better than bot by far. Having this understanding in the market, you are better than any bot and any AI, whatever. Okay, so just take time, learn the market, understand the market. You will not use bot to trade. A lot of work is in taking time to understand the market. I know it's usually not an easy thing. All right, so I think we can continue. By the way, if you're on this live and you've not followed me, the best thing you can do now is to follow me and help me create more videos like this. Like this video and make sure you share it. We also live on Facebook, We are live on YouTube and now on TikTok. So I think we can continue. So we said there are two things. If the market breaks, we buy. If the market reacts, we sell. Okay? Yeah. So I think that is easier. That is easier. Okay, let's see. Okay, we had that reaction there. Let's see. We have another reaction there. Now you can see we are this area seems to be a very strong area where the market is doing what? Is reacting from. I also need you to see that the market has created a lot of liquidity up here. So that tells me, okay, selling is suicidal. I usually sell it, by the way. So that tells me if this market closes below this, I can comfortably now start looking for sales. Remember, this is 3 minutes, so you have nothing to lose. This is 3 minutes. So let's see. And just like that, the market closed below that. So what I will want to do is to use my fib from that high to this low. Okay. And then this is my golden zone there. That is my golden zone. And I'm ready to risk. Now remember, every time you trade against the trade, you know that you are risking. Okay, every time. So a trade like this, if you lose, don't blame the market, blame yourself, because this is trading against the trade. So I want to see where is the market likely to reverse from. Where is it likely to reverse from, I think I would want to target this order block here. Okay, that order block here. But this is a very risky trade. But let's see. So it tapped us, but later we became liquidity. Okay. You traded against the trade. Yeah, that is why it's very, try as much as possible not to take trades that are against the trade. Try as much as you can. Okay. But if you do partials, you could have gotten awareness to. If you did 1:1 and then you break even, maybe you could have gotten that. But yeah, that was a failed trade, and it failed because we traded against the trade. Now that the market has continued with where it was going, but remember, it's still in that area. It is in that area that we said it can be a strong area to cause the market to come down. So I wouldn't want to start looking for buys at this point. Okay, honestly. But we have that Kadimat here. Okay, that can serve as a very good continuation for the buys. So mostly when I'm trading all-time highs, I usually target a 1:5, because now all-time highs, you don't have any reference. Okay, I'm trying to give you some ideas. You don't have any reference here to trade to, so I just target a 1:5, and let's see what happens. So we've been tapped in. Okay, and we've been tapped in with crazy precision. So of course, when you get to 1:1, you break even in case the market reverses. But boom, Imagine this was a live trading. You could be smiling all the way to the bank. But this is the patience many do not have. Once it taps and then it moves, then it comes back, you remove the trade. It has happened to me. It's usually not the best way to trade, by the way. Usually not the best way to trade. But yeah, we got that 1:5. We got that 1:5. Now, what I want us to do is to continue with the up trade. Okay. We continue with the up trade. Let me get you a good song. All right. I am back. So take your fib from this low to that high. Okay, and then mark your golden zone. That's your golden zone. So you expect that if the market reacts from this area, you should continue looking for buys. By the way, do you realize this thing is not difficult? I don't know why people over complicate trading. Are we doing anything complicated here? I don't think so. Are we doing anything complicated? So look at that. That is liquidity that was swept. Because I told you people, if you cannot see where liquidity is, it means you are the liquidity. If you cannot see where the liquidity is, it means that you are now the liquidity. You are the liquidity. So we wait for the market to react from this area, and then we can continue looking for buys. So that is why it's good to trade with confirmation. You see, our area was not respected. What the market did was to reverse. Okay, but still remember we had this area here. This is the area this is the trade we lost. Do you remember this trade? Yeah, this is the trade we lost. So we need to see, with this kind of price action, where is the market likely to go to? Where is the market likely to go to? Now remember, we had all this FVG that was left here. Okay, market structure. All right, I'll do that. Okay, remember we had this FVG that was left here, and we've seen a very strong sell price action. Yes. Hi. Na charge nayo. Lazima nikupe cable. Kuna nini? So let's continue. So what are we expecting? Our target should be probably around where we have the FVG, but we need to see a very good price action for us to continue with this. Number one, I'm thinking that if this market is to reverse, or it will come to this area. So if I get something like this, then I'm willing to continue selling the market. Okay, so in the lower time frame, please trade with confirmation. trade only with confirmations. That is the lower time frame. Lower time frame. So let's see. All right. So the market came to our area, okay, and this is the pattern we are looking for, or we are looking at, if we will continue to sell the market. If we will continue to sell the market. Okay, let me see the line chart. Okay, look at this. The market has come. This is the, okay, follow this. Especially, I think it's Dutchman who said we look at market structure in the lower time frame. Please follow this. We had that low. Okay, this low created this high. Okay, just follow me. That high created this low. Okay, that low created that high. So what were we expecting? We were expecting the market to create a low, then continue moving higher. Okay, but now the market came and took out the previous low. So what do you expect? You expect that when the market retraces to this high, we will continue seeing the bearish price action. So let me go back here. So you can see what is happening here. Okay, you can see what is happening here. So let me remove this so that we have a clean chart. So what I'll do, if I am trading this, is I can now comfortably join the market there, and then my stop loss will just be above, a little above that. Okay, so if the market goes above that, I'm willing to take the loss. And where will be my target? This will be my first target. Okay, that one, that will be my first target. Now this one, remember, every trade, close to 90% of the trades you will take against the trade you will lose. So these are the trades we take, understanding that it can flop on you, but at least even if it flops, we have taken that trade with a confirmation entry. Okay, so let's see. You see, again, we got tapped, the market sold a bit, but then we were finally taken out. Okay, now I want you to follow this price action since we started, because we started from here. Okay, every trade that we've taken against the trade we've lost. This is one, we lost this, we won this, and we've now lost this one just by trading against the trade. That is why it is very important, always follow the trade. Always follow the trade. Okay, all right. So we took that loss. Now we need to follow the price action to know, if we are to join this market again, where should we join? Let me remove this so that we have a clean chart. So I want you to look at what is happening here. This low created this high created a low, created a high, created a low, created a high, created a low, created a high. So that tells me that that is my trading range. Okay, So as usual, I will use this like that, and then where will be my golden zone? That one. That will be my golden zone. Now, because I've already confirmed that we are bullish, I'm willing to do what do we call this now? Another limit. So the stop loss should always be below the range, but me, I'm a bit I do risk a lot, so that is where I do my stop loss. Okay, and then my target will be the previous high, because the market has already confirmed that we are bullish. So that will be my good target. So let's see what happens. Boom! Just like that, we have our second win for the week, and I hope you can see how precise these golden zones are. When you see a golden zone has not been respected, there's a high possibility that a reversal is about to happen. Okay, the market really respects the golden zone. So can you see how that was flawless? Very flawless. So the market has created a new high. Okay, that tells you that we should continue taking the market higher. And let me remove this nigger. So we have this trading rate from this low to that high. So that tells you that we have another what? We have another golden zone there. And what can you see in the golden zone? You can see that we have okay, let me remove this. You can see that we have this FVG and we have this demand zone here. Okay, but as always, respect what? Respect the golden zone, because me, I usually trade this. What do we call this? Demand zones. Yeah, I usually trade demand zones, but now I'll put my stop loss just below the demand zone there, and then I will target what? Either the previous highs or something like 1:3, like that. So I hope we are still following. I hope no one is lost. Okay, we are following this market until we get to where we are right now. So let's see. Now you see the market has created new highs, so it means we'll need to readjust our golden zone. So let's see. Good. So that is our new high. So we move from here to here, and now okay, we are still within our golden zone. We are still within our golden zone, so I don't see a problem. What I will add is now the take profit, so that it reflects the new high. So this will be my target. That is if the market comes to my golden zone. That will be my target there. It has still created another new high. Now this new high has, now I want you to keep this in mind. I remove this, but keep this in mind, because we will need it sooner or later. But because the market has created a new trading range, after every break of market structure, the market a new trading range is formed. The music was loud, but now you can hear me now. Confirm if now you can hear me. Can you hear me now clearly? Can you hear or the music is still loud? How is the background music now? Okay, what happened to my sound on TikTok? TikTok people, you can't hear me. YouTube, can you hear me? My YouTube guys and Facebook, please let me know because I don't know why it's not working on uh, or let me restart it. TikTok, I hope you can now hear me. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I hope that. Okay. YouTube people are hearing me. Okay, okay. The background music is now clean, eh? So, okay, let's continue. Let's continue. So, we said we keep this in mind. And so, any price action that is happening now here, we know that there can be a reversal anytime. So, let's see whether this is the highest high. So, we should continue adjusting. When silver decides to buy, it is crazy. It is crazy. So what we do now, let's see whether we will use this the most current one. Okay. Guess what happened? There was a push. How do you change chart to line chart? You see up here, we have candlestick and we have line. And it is also there on trading view. Let me try to see whether I'll get trading view. But what you do is that you mark them as your favorite. Okay, the candlestick and the line chart. So you just clean. Yeah, it's easy on laptop. It's also easy, even phone. You can even do that on phone. So we had this crazy push here. We need to see whether we continue to buy or we will close this gap. Let's see. Okay, remember all this is FVG. Okay, and we have an order block here. So what we need to see inside here is just a change of character. We either continue to buy, or remember we have unmitigated uh, demand zone there. So let's see. Oh my god, this one didn't even give us a space to to join the trade. So let's see where it's going. We have two areas here. We have this one, and I hope you still remember. That is why it's not good to remove your marks, or to remove what is it called, your areas of interest. Okay, so let's see where it will react from. Okay, there was a small reaction there, but I still think we are still bearish. So what we'll do here, can you look at this? If the market closes below this, because it has already taken this buy side liquidity, we can continue to sell. If it doesn't, we continue with the buys, and buys have been confirmed. So this will be a good area for me to take that buy. Stop loss just below it, like that. And then I will first target this area, because all this can be a correction move, and then we continue to sell. But most of the times, as we've said, if the market is buying, look for buy setups. So let's see. TP hit. Can you see that? TP hit. So that tells me now, okay, that tells me that I need also to wait for the market to close above this. Now our FVG was filled, so we don't need it anymore. Okay, so once that happens, or once I start to see a pullback, I can look for a continuation. So looks like there is like a pullback here. We look from this low to that high, and yes, we have a golden zone here. Okay, and because this trade has been confirmed that we are actually bullish, so I can target the highest high now. I hope you can see how we are following this narrative. Slowly but by slowly. Slowly by slowly. Slowly by slowly. The best place to put the stop loss is always below the previous low. But me, I'm a risk taker, so I'm willing to lose that. So let's see. Okay, so the market reversed on us. It just okay, all right. Okay, remember we have this one here. So let's see whether it will react from this or this. But I'm not willing to look for sales. Okay, you want to adjust your feed. Okay. All right, those are the settings. You can take a screenshot and work on it. You are not seeing clearly. Let me set this to the group so that you can see it. All right. Okay. Where did it go now? So I've sent it on the group, eh? Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Just give me a minute. Okay, I think we are now back. I think we are now back. We are now back. We are now back. We are now back. Okay, so where are we now? Let me remove this. So let's see whether the market will react from this or from this area. So all this was a raging market. Of course, you are not involved in any raging market. Okay, it has come to that area. We still have this other area here. So what we want to see is a clear change of character. Because we are buying, we need to continue looking for buys. We still haven't gotten any good confirmation. Still no good confirmation. There was a lot of raging here, but I think finally the market has decided to buy. But I would be involved in this if the market takes out that order block there that took out that liquidity. So this is where patience comes in. buy confirmed. Survivor, how do we do top-down analysis? We do top-down using gocharting.com. That's what I use, and you can also use TradingView if you want to pay for it. Now, I want you guys to follow this, because I'm telling you, trading is not difficult, but we make it difficult. Do you remember? This is where we actually started. Like, this is where we actually started. We saw this change of character, okay? And we marked this. Okay, let me show you. Let me use the line chart. We marked that QML. Okay? We marked that. Now I want you to look, This was which date? This was Wednesday 24th. Okay? Wednesday 24th December. The market came to that area on Monday 29th December. So that means that was a whole 5 days of price action, but the market still came to our area and continued with the trade. That is why I've learned something, that once you mark your zones, even if the market goes for a month, you just leave it there. One day the market will come back and tell you that, yeah, you at the end of the day you were right. Okay, so look at that. And we just followed this price action until we got to this area, because this was the last high that took out liquidity. So that tells me that we are now ready to continue with the price action. So you come here and as usual, come look for your golden zone. That's the golden zone. And then once the market comes here, try to wait and see whether it will create a change of character, and then we move in. So this has been respected. The market took that and broke structure here, or changed character there. So what do? You wait for the market here. Okay, you see, trades like this, even if you are taken out, you will not feel bad, because you followed this market since I don't know when. Is this the highest high? Not yet. So a trade like this, you can hold this trade until there. You can hold it until that area. Let's see whether it works, by the way. Okay, who is ready to see this crazy? This is like 1:12. How many pips are these? 8,000. Okay, let's see if it works, and then I go home now. I'm tired. So it decided to take us out, and it is sold. But honestly, I can't tell you why it is selling. I can't, but let's see where it's going. want to see whether it will change character again. So okay, took liquidity, broke structure. Okay, let's see. Is there anything we left? So from where we left, if the market, just remove this, if it closes below that, which I think it has, it means that it is selling to somewhere. But we were not able to follow the price action on the left. What I can see is this gap here. So maybe the market has decided to come and fill that gap. Let's see whether we can get an entry to sell, which I rarely discourage. So this is where the market gives you mixed price action. But it has closed above that. So that tells me that I wouldn't be wrong if I look for buys. And we have that FVG there. So all I'm seeing here is a lot of raging. We rage. Remember, we have FVG here. Look at that position. You see the market got here. We have that reaction there. So if it closes above this, we can now continue looking for buys. And it has closed above that. Okay, you see it built a lot of liquidity here. It has closed above that, and now me as a trader, this would be my golden zone. But also let me use my fib to see. Okay, let's first wait for the market to give us a reversal. Yeah, that is good. So this is our golden zone. By the way, always respect this zone. It usually works most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. So we wait for the market to take character here, or we can do aggressive entry, which I usually do, but it really takes me out. And target maybe a 1 is 2 3. And yeah, let's see. When was this? There was a lot of raging this season. So the market didn't come to a golden zone, but it touched the 50%. So me, usually I don't trade at the 50%. So I could have just waited for this trade to go. But let's see. Okay, we have another push here from here to here. So you can see, as usual, the market came to the golden zone, but for me now, I could have put my trade below the liquidity. So let's see. Okay, just changed character. Okay. That's good. Broken structure. It's not bad to wait for that market around this area. Now, right now, I can use just pure price action to continue buying the market. All right, decided to move like that. Let's see. So this is the area of interest from that high to that low. So you can now remove this and mark the golden zone. But if you've noticed, the market close to 90% of the time, it is coming to the golden zone. So this time it came to the 50%, but it has created a lot of liquidity down here. So I'd be willing to see what will happen. Okay, this is a good area of interest. It didn't come to us. Continue to buy. This here is a good area of interest, and also that area there, that one there. And once you mark your zones, do not delete them. The market might decide to come to your area. So you see, if these two have not been respected, remember we still have this. Okay. I don't think we had any other thing below that. Okay, we had this one, but at least this one the market took from the 50%. But here we have created something we called Quasimodo. Let me remove all this. So took liquidity, broke structure. Let's try to see where we have the okay. This might not be the best. I'm not sure about this, but let's see. I'm not very sure about this. Yeah, I was not confident about this, because if you don't see a Quasimodo on the line chart, it means it will not be respected. It means it will not be respected. So we had not marked any. Okay, we had marked zones here. Okay, let's see. We had this zone that we expected the market to come to. Let's see if it reacts from that zone. That is why it's always good to always join or enter in a trade using confirmation. So this zone might have worked. So I want you to look at this. If you use the line chart, now you can see that there is a clear Quasimodo here. The market was coming, created that low, created that high, took out the previous low, and took out the previous high. Okay, this is what we call fractal confirmation. Sauti kobali, sasa nimerudi. Okay, that is what we call fractal confirmation. So what do I do? What I do is I will mark this. That is my area of interest. I want at least the market to come back and retest that area, what people call the area of support. Okay, all right. So what do we have here? Literally nothing, but what I'll do is to mark all this like this, but then for the sake of liquidity, I will have my order below that liquidity, and I will wait for the market to come here, and then I see a reaction before I join the move. Patience is the game of trading. Now you see, it did not respect that. It didn't respect our area. That is why it's always good to trade with confirmation. Now, because I'm in 3 minutes, I might not be able to know where the market is going literally. Let's see whether we'll be able to see in the 1 hour. Okay, at least now in 1 hour, things will be more defined. We had this area that was not mitigated. Can you see that? We had that area that was not mitigated, and this area is you can remove this. All this area here was not mitigated, and so I'm expecting that the market will not go below this area, below where we have the yellow line. Okay, so let's see. And yeah, our area was retested, and if you can see, the market has changed character and it has left a demand zone there. So that tells you if that this market is true, we can think of something. The good thing with hourly time frame is that it is easier to get this. You can think about something like that. Yeah, and oh, well, it did not come back to us. Although, okay, let me show you. Let me show you where we made that mistake. So that you understand. So this is where we expect the market to come. It came and tapped, and you see it created this change of character. Okay, so where do we have the QML? Because the QML is the most important thing. This is where you have the QML. You see there, and you can see that the QML has been retested by this week and also by this guy here. Okay, so if you go to the lower time frame, it's only that I don't want to go back there. You can now comfortably take, because once the QML has been retested, we don't expect the market to come back there again. Okay, and then you can target the previous high. Yeah, so this is the issue of sometimes trading with the higher time frame. Things like the QML, the market had already retested it. Okay, so we got that move to the upside. So let's see whether we will have a reaction, a retracement, and we see where the retracement will come to. All right, the market has created a new what do we call this, a new trading range. This is the area I'm thinking would be the best. That is one area, and then we have this other area here. So I don't know, most of the times I like using the extreme order blocks. That is my style of trading. So this one might work, but I would prefer working with this one. Let's see. So the first one worked. The market did not come to my extreme order block. You see how it was precise. Okay, a new trading range has been formed from here to here, this area. So we need to check, this is our liquidity. So even if you enter that market where we have the liquidity, okay, stop loss just where we have that order block, and then you can target 1:5. Yeah, 1:5, like that. So finally it could have come, but you see, I did not put my stop loss below the previous low. Okay, so that could have been a very good trade. All right, so there was that break of structure. This was retested, break of structure. This has not been retested, that one. So it's an area we'd want the market to come before moving high, and that is where the market is currently. Tell me which other top-down analysis is better than what we've just done now. Top-down analysis that is bringing you to where the market is currently, where the market is. So we expect that if this market decides to come and retest, let's see, it will come to around this area here. That one will be our area of interest. Okay, where we have this order block, it will be our area of interest. So that is where we wait for silver next week. I think I'm tired now. You will allow me to go and pumzika a bit. If you'd like to join my free group, the group is completely free, no charges. But I am building something. That will help us understand SMC better. And yeah, the first people that will see that are those ones that are in my group. And that group necessarily is not for sending signals, because it's a group that has different traders. It's a community of traders, and so different people can set different setups. But it's a good place, at least you understand. Sometimes I get people say I'm buying, and then someone else say I'm selling. So it triggers you to go back and see whether you did your analysis well. So it's a nice, it's a good group, it's a healthy group. The group is very controlled, we don't say nonsense there. So it's ideal for everyone, young and old. If you want to join that group, just hit me up. My number is on bio. I'll just add you to that group. It is completely free of charge. Completely. You will not be charged. You will not be charged. So yeah, reach me on that. Reach me on that number on the bio, and yeah, we will see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. So I feel tired. See you probably. I'll try by the way from Monday. I'll try to be doing live trading. I had started, but I don't know what happened. On Monday I'll try to do live trading, even if it's just 2 hours, and we can do gold 1 minute live trading. Yeah, and then those of us that are on TikTok, kindly make sure you follow me. You will be encouraging me to keep coming here and doing some great top down analysis. Yeah. So yeah, see you when you see me.